Gridiron 360, kicking again. Dave and Bill doing 2020 NFL mock draft round 1.0, tradeless, straight up. We've done 3 prior segments, 8 at a time, 1 through 8, Cincinnati through Arizona, 9 through 16, Jacksonville to Atlanta, and we just wrapped up the 17 through 24, Dallas to New Orleans. So now we go to the number 25 pick, and you are on the clock, sir, with the Minnesota Vikings.
All right, I'm ready to roll. So the Minnesota Vikings select with the number 25 pick in the draft. They are going to go with an Iowa defensive end in A.J. Epineza. Minnesota's in a position where they've got a defense that has been one of the stronger defenses over the last 3 to 4 years, but they're not only aging, but they've also have had to lose some guys. One of those guys was Everson Griffin. At this point is unsigned, but it doesn't look likely Minnesota is going to make a move on him. They've got to get younger. They've got to get better. Even though this year wasn't the strongest in Epineza, offseason was not where they wanted it to be. They're going to take a chance on a guy that has been very productive in college, true 4-3 DN, and see if they can make that work for him and get some pressure off the edge to help keep this defense maintaining a strong to very strong level. And that is going to put us to the number 3 pick of the first round. At number 26, the Miami, the third pick. Oh, sorry,
their third pick. The first round.
The Miami Dolphins, by way of Houston, aka the Laramie Tunsil bong in a gas mask pick. So let's see what Miami does to put a bow on this first round. Next, you are on the clock, my friend.
I'm ready, buddy. You ready? So with the 26th pick, by way of Houston, in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select wide receiver T. Higgins, Clemson University.
Like it.
They need it. Now they get a weapon in the first round. It's not just that he's my guy. This guy produced. He's not a one-hit wonder. He played many years as a starting wide receiver and got it done. He is a downfield threat. I think Devontae Parker has had a little bit of a resurgence this past year. You saw a little more out of him that you expected when he was drafted, 5 years ago. But they're short at the receiver position. They got Albert Wilson. They got Allen Hurns. They're going to need to maybe stack more than just this guy. Now, they got a tight end, Gesicki, that can be hopefully come into his own. And, with the pretty much the top lineman off the board, I think that T's really the next big weapon out there. Again, I running back came to mind once again, but, at this point, it's a deep class. So there's only been one running back taken. I think that early in the second round, they could come up and take a running back that could potentially suffice. I think they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the 7th pick in round 2. So, T, open up that offense more. Let's go. T. Higgins, Miami, 25th pick by way of Houston. Let's have it. Gonna get to join my man his boy Christian Wilkins.
All right.
And so, with the 26th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Seattle Seahawks are on the clock, sir.
All right, so Seattle is on the clock, and with the 27th, right? 27th?
27, yeah.
Yeah, pick in the draft, the Seattle Seahawks are going to take, where'd he go?
I don't know. Where did he go?
He's gone. Seattle Seahawks are going to select out of, is it the University of Houston or Houston University? University of Houston. Josh Jones, offensive lineman.
Interesting.
This is a position that, Seattle's generally not in. They've done a very good job at taking best available. But given the fact that the D-line and the O-line really needed some help during this offseason, they've kind of pinned themselves in a little bit of a hole. there still is a chance they can go out and get one of these DNs that's available. I think once Epineza came off the board for them, it really kind of took that out of the draft cycle for them, and they've got to go offensive line. This early is probably too much for an interior only lineman, and this kid is he's 6'5", 319, so he's a big boy. And it's again, they're going to be in that position where I normally would go best available. They tend to talk like they're a little more set at running back than I think they really are. But I think this is still too early for them to go running back. So I am going to help fix that offensive line with Josh Jones out of Houston. So that's going to put us to the number 28 pick in the draft. The team with the best record in the NFL last year, the Baltimore Ravens, are on the clock.
What pick is this? 28?
Yep.
With the 28th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Baltimore Ravens will select linebacker Zach Bond, Wisconsin. Again, their defense is usually pretty solid, and they're pretty solid across the board. They made some moves and lost some pieces in the offseason. One of the areas that I feel like they're a little short depth-wise is at the linebacker position. Currently, they have Chris Board on the depth chart as their middle linebacker. Zach Bond is a beast. He reminds me of a Baltimore Raven inside linebacker. That's what he reminds me of. Tough, Big Ten, just a beast that can really play. He plays the run very well. And I think, in this division, there's you're going to have a lot of use for that because, Pittsburgh is probably, I take that back. Cleveland, Nick Chubb, if they stick to the run game, could be the most threatening run-wise. But really a guy that can help shore up anything coming up the middle. Not a lot gets by him. And, 6'2", 238, and he's a beast. He can cover too. He's a tall guy, certainly good with the hands, can bat passes down. This is a guy that played at a big program, especially defensively, especially at the linebacker position. He's a senior. He played all years there. Zach Bond, my friend, could be the next big. We know that Baltimore is known for having some big-time names at the linebacker position. Mm-hmm. This could be another one of them.
I hear you.
So with the 29th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, you are on the clock with the Tennessee Titans.
All right. Tennessee Titans, picking number 29 in the draft, are going to select out of TCU cornerback Jeff Gladney. All right, this is a team that can use some help in the slot. They've got a pretty good secondary. This is a tough defensive team we've talked about. This kid fits the mold. He plays a nasty style of defense. He's 5'10", 191, can run with anybody really. But finding him underneath, for his size, he's actually a very good tackler. I think they stick on defense to get tough. I was looking a little bit at some of the edge. Felt like they could do something at wide receiver. But I'm not sure the value's there. This kid's got, that kind of talent. And given that we talked about, a lot of teams' base being, a nickel package, this is the kind of guy that I think could be a little bit of a game changer for an already good defense. So Jeff Gladney, TCU. That puts you on the clock for the Green Bay Slackers, picking at number 30. Is he going to help Aaron Rodgers or go somewhere else? We don't know. Time will tell.
All right, let's go. We'll go with it. All right, so with the number 30 pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, I almost went nutty on you. Went real nutty on you.
Okay.
Okay. I gotta not do it, but I will almost went tight end. I almost went tight end just because they need it. But I'm going to shy away from there. With the number, what number am I? 30th pick in the 2020
Yep.
NFL draft. The Green Bay Packers will select wide receiver Brandon Ayuk, Arizona State University. It's been a failed experiment at wide receiver for them with MVS, with what was it?
Geronimo Allison.
Geronimo Allison. They still have the Kumaro guy. They got Equinemius St. Brown. They got the Lazard kid. They brought in Devin Funchess. And I honestly think that, they could potentially, because they brought in Mercedes Lewis. They brought him in. I think he was, maybe last year they brought him in. Anyways, this guy's long in the tooth. They could potentially put, if they have decent receivers and they don't find use for Funchess down there. There was talk about that coming out of Michigan, that he was looked at as a tight end. But you got to find another weapon. Adams is a guy who can take the top off, can be a possession receiver, can do it all, and he's awesome. I think a guy that is pretty much kind of good, really good at taking the top off defenses in Ayuk really could be help to this team. They need another weapon. I think it's just too early to go tight end, even though. Well, yeah, I just think it's too. Even though they probably won't get back. Well, when do they have any other picks in two? I think they don't come back around till about the 30th pick in the second round. So, yeah, they do. So, it's still a little early for me to say for them to go to tight end. Yeah, Brandon Ayuk, burner, little something for the deep ball. A little go up and get it from Aaron Rodgers.
All right.
So, with the 31 pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, your runner-up San Francisco 49ers. You are on the clock, sir.
All right, I'm going with it. This is a team, again, we talked about, has probably some of the least amount of needs of any team in the NFL, coming off a Super Bowl performance, though in a losing effort. But they need help on the outside. But I think they're going to take a little bit of a chance on a guy who's got some serious upside. And they're going to head out east of them, out west to most of the world, or most of the U.S., and go take Laviska Shenault from Colorado.
Yep.
6'1", 227. Had issue, got hurt this year, but is a specimen. And I think they are going to see if they can turn that into something special. Again, this is a team that doesn't have a ton of needs, and I think it's an area where they can really upgrade. So, Laviska Shenault.
All righty, buddy.
That puts the Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs, no money to spend, not even sure if they can afford this draft pick. They might have to cut him before they sign him. But, with that being said, you're on the clock, my friend.
All right, I'm ready to rock and roll, baby. So with the last pick in round one, the 32 pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Kansas City Chiefs select cornerback Grant Delpit, Louisiana State University Tigers.
He's not going to play safety? He's a
Do
cornerback.
you have him? Yeah, well, he is listed as a safety, isn't he? He could play either, really, for him. Quite frankly, he's got his.
I might be able to play for Kansas City's defense.
Yeah, I mean they need a lot. He is listed as a safety, but still, I'll put him there as well because they need it. They don't have, they got Tyron there, so he'll be able to play next to his boy. But they need it in that secondary, especially since, the way it works with their high-powered offense. If a team isn't able to, slow that offense down, they're going to have to play catch-up, and that means the secondary. They need it all over the defense, quite frankly, but he's also one of the best players left on the board. And I was thinking maybe Kenneth Murray, throw somebody in at linebacker. I just have questions about Murray as an overall in terms of the long term. But yeah, Delpit, we know he's a player, and I think he'll be in a system where he can showcase his abilities. That's for certain, because they have a lot of needs there in the defense at Kansas City. They got better. We know they got better. They're good enough to win the Super Bowl, but it was definitely a thing we had a huge question mark all the way even through the Super Bowl, and even after is that defense being a little suspect.
Yep, I'm with you. So why do you want it on the back half? How we finish?
Well, let's go with where are we at?
A couple minutes.
Let's
Let
go
me
through
keep
the
it.
whole thing. Let's go. I'll go through the top. You go through the back. So, starting with the first pick, the Cincinnati Bengals take quarterback Joe Burrow from LSU. Washington Redskins take edge rusher Chase Young, Ohio State. Detroit Lions take linebacker Isaiah Simmons, Clemson University. New York Giants take offensive tackle Tristan Wirfs, Iowa. Miami Dolphins take quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, Alabama. Los Angeles Chargers take quarterback Justin Herbert, Oregon. Carolina Panthers take cornerback Jeffrey Okudah, Ohio State. Arizona Cardinals take offensive tackle Jedrick Wills, Alabama. Jacksonville Jaguars take defensive lineman Derek Brown, Auburn. Cleveland Browns take defensive tackle Javon Kinlaw at a University of South Carolina. New York Jets take wide receiver CeeDee Lamb, Oklahoma. Las Vegas Raiders take wide receiver Jerry Jeudy, Alabama. San Francisco 49ers, by way of Indianapolis, take cornerback C.J. Henderson, Florida. Tampa Bay Buccaneers take running back DeAndre Swift out of the University of Georgia. Denver Broncos take offensive tackle Andrew Thomas out of the University of Georgia. And the Atlanta Falcons take safety Christian Fulton cornerback Christian Fulton from the LSU Tigers. Back half, sir.
All right, the Dallas Cowboys select Henry Ruggs out of Alabama. That being the number 17 pick. Number 18, Miami, by way of Pittsburgh, takes Clevion Chason, however you say that, out of LSU. At number 17, the Las Vegas Raiders, by way of 19, by way of Cleveland, right? No, Chicago. Can't read my own writing. Take cornerback Trayvon Diggs. Number 20, Jacksonville, by way of the Los Angeles Raiders, take quarterback Jordan Love out of Utah. Number 21, the Philadelphia Eagles select offensive tackle Mekhi Becton out of Louisville. At number 22, Minnesota, by way of Buffalo, takes wide receiver Justin Jefferson out of LSU. At number 23, right? What am I on? 23? Yeah, 23, New England takes wide receiver Denzel Mims out of Baylor. At number 24, New Orleans takes safety Xavier McKinney out of Alabama. At number 25, Minnesota takes A.J. Epineza, D-end, out of Iowa. At number 26, Miami, by way of Houston, takes wide receiver T. Higgins out of Clemson. Number 27, Seattle takes offensive lineman Josh Jones out of Houston. At number 28, Baltimore selects linebacker Zach Bond out of Wisconsin. At number 29, Tennessee takes Jeff Gladney, cornerback, out of TCU. Number 30, the Green Bay Packers select Brandon Ayuk, wide receiver, out of Arizona State. At number 31, the San Francisco 49ers select Laviska Shenault out of Colorado at wide receiver. And number 32, the Super Bowl champ Kansas City Chiefs take safety Grant Delpit out of LSU.
That was fun.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up, B. We'll see you next time.
Love it or leave it.
On the gridiron.